going to make a quick video on how I do the patches for the Walmart totes. It's really easy. The great thing is, one of the great things is, if you have a stash of oops bags that went wrong, this one I forgot to rotate the design and tried to pick it out. That didn't work. And this one, for some reason, the B messed up. So I probably have half a dozen of these that I have messed up, and I can't embroider on them. But I can do patches. And this customer, actually, this was an oops bag that I covered up. This is a brand new bag that there was nothing wrong with, but she just liked the look of the patches. So I will show you how I do them. It's the Raggy patches, very simple, and I will show you how I do that. One more advantage that I failed to mention is if you want your bag reversible and you don't want to line it, you want two completely different looks, you can put a patch on the other side. Even if you embroider on one side, then you cover up the back of the embroidery with your patch. And as I said, this customer wanted the patches rather than the embroidery, so it's just a different look. Have lots of different choices of fabrics. You can match the bag, contrast to the bag, make it fun, make it elegant. It's your choice. So my monogram is done on my computer. I'm going to send it to my machine. And get ready to stitch. So my monogram is all stitched out. I've snipped the threads, take it out of the hoop, and then I'm going to rip off the tearaway. Okay. Now I made a template. I'm going to make this one round. If I do square, I usually use this. It's a 4-inch quilt template, actually, but you can see that fits on just about right. But I'm going to do this one round, and this is actually made from a ramekin out of my kitchen. It's just the right size. So I'm going to put it on, make sure it's pretty even, top, bottom, left, right. And then with chalk, I'm just going to go around the template. Okay, so it looks like this. Now I'm going to go to the machine and I'm going to stitch around just with a running stitch twice. Alright, so I took my fabric with the monogram to the machine. You can see I stitched around my chalk line. I stitched double stitch so it's right on top of each other. And that's to keep it from fraying too much when we do the snipping. Okay, so right now I'm just using a cloth to wipe off the chalk before I continue. Alright. Now I'm going to cut this out about 1/4, 3/8 inch from the stitch line. If you want to mark this, you can. like to use a thread for the stitching around that blends in rather than contrast. I have done these using a satin stitch design on the embroidery machine, but I actually like it better when you can't see the stitching. Sometimes the satin stitch tends to take away from the monogram, I think. Now, with my scissors, I'm going to snip in close to, let's do it this way, close to the stitching, about every 1/4 inch or so, all the way around the design. Just make sure you don't clip through the line of stitching, otherwise you'll have a lot of fraying inside that you don't want. You just want it right around the edge. Alright, so I've snipped all around the edge. If you have a good sharp pair of nippers, you could use those also. Okay, then I just kind of rub along to get off any loose threads. Some fabrics fray a lot more than others. This one isn't too bad. Let's see, I've got some threads sticking out here. From the back, I'm going to trim those. Okay. Alright, so here's your patch. Now, the next thing is to use E6000 glue. It's great for fabric. It's good for the pleather as well. And I'm going to glue inside the stitching, very close to the stitching, but inside it. Just run a thin line all the way around. And then dab a little on the inside also. Monogram. Okay. On my bag, I put something inside it. You can use a stack of books. I have this little storage box that works real well. Put that inside so you have so it's solid on top. And then I'm going to take the patch. I'm going to center it. So now, I have something inside the bag, a flat surface to stabilize it, and it's fairly centered on there. Now I'm going to put the patch on, make sure it's centered side to side, not down too far, and you, of course, the ultimate goal is to cover up your mistake that you made. Press down firmly all the way around and all through it. And then I usually use an iron, not plugged in, just for the weight, and set it on top of the patch and leave it for a little while. Alright, it's been about 15 minutes since I put the patch on and weighted it down with the iron. That iron makes it, you can use a stack of books, anything with some weight to it. Just makes it the patch nice and flat. And there's the result. Now if you want, you can do another patch for the inside, and you have the reversible bag. So there you have it. Let me know of your experience if this video helped you. Thank you.